This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 29th day of August in the year 2018. Here's what we're tracking this evening. Executives of the Guyana Teachers Union walked into conciliation talks this afternoon with the Ministry of Education and the Labor Department. But in less than 2 hours, the talks ended, with the two sides not agreeing on a way forward. The Ministry of Education wants conciliation to continue as part of the collective bargaining agreement. But the Guyana Teachers Union has indicated that it is ready for arbitration, pointing out that the Labor Department disqualified itself as an impartial mediator when it attended previous negotiations between the Education Ministry and the union and offered advice and opinions. GTU President Mark Light.
There's been an impasse between the GTU's position and the Ministry of Education's position on the way forward. They are insisting that they want conciliation, and we are insisting that the conciliation process has been compromised, which to some extent has been admitted by the Ministry of Labor. And it is the Ministry of Education now to decide to meet the GTU's terms. And once those terms are met, we have gotten our release that we are prepared to call the strike off immediately should those conditions be satisfied.
Following the meeting at the Labor Department on Brigham, the GTU president also said the union would be willing to call off the strike completely if the Education Ministry agrees to move the process to arbitration.
No, the ball is in their court. We indicated to them that if they call us midnight tonight, we'll be ready.
Chief Education Officer Marcel Hudson hurried out of the meeting but briefly expressed a desire for the strike to come to an end.
I want my children in school. We want our children in school. That's my position. Well, let's see what happens.
During today's meeting, the General Secretary of the Guyana Teachers Union, Coretta McDonald, read a full statement to the Chief Labor Officer detailing the union's position. In that statement, the union provided some of the terms of reference that it would like to see as part of the arbitration process.
We just want to say to our teachers, this struggle continues, and parents, general public out there, we trust that you would understand our position, and our position is we are willing to call the strike off as early as midnight tonight, providing that the Ministry of Education, they are willing to accept our terms.
For the process to move to arbitration, both parties would have to agree. Today marked the third day of strike by teachers across the country as they begin their pre-commencement activities for the new school year, which begins on Monday. The union is pushing for a 40% salary increase in keeping with the recommendations of a presidential task force. However, it has indicated that it is willing to negotiate downwards. More news in a moment.
Summer is for selfies with lots of data from GTT. Activate a 3-day or more data plan to get up to 35% extra data and a chance to win big. LOL this summer with GTT, Guyana's #1 network.
Summer is for friends, weekly prizes, and super summer getaways from Caribbean Airlines. So top up $1,000 or more and get 25% bonus credit plus a chance to win big. LOL this summer with GTT, Guyana's #1 network.
Welcome back. We turn our attention now to the courts where the 26-year-old pregnant woman who was accused of stabbing her 3-year-old son to death appeared in court this morning and was charged with the child's murder. The woman, Brenda Ferreira, was not required to enter a plea to the indictable charge. She appeared dazed as she walked into the courthouse at Cove and John under tight police security and shackled at the hands. In court, the charge of murder was read to the woman by Magistrate Peter Hugh. She was also questioned briefly but appeared dazed and confused by the questioning, telling the court that she has 2 children. The magistrate remanded the woman to jail on the murder charge. The court was also told that she will be undergoing a psychiatric evaluation to determine her suitability to stand trial. Several persons gathered at the courthouse to get a glimpse of the accused in the crime that has shocked the nation. The woman allegedly chased down her young child in their yard at Fowles on the east coast of the Marara before stabbing him to the chest and back. He was rushed to the hospital by police officers who were called to the scene. However, the toddler died as doctors were fighting to save his life. A post-mortem examination revealed that a stab wound to the chest also pierced the toddler's heart. The accused will make her next court appearance in the new month. Still in the courts, unable to walk today, robbery accused Leon Duncan, also known as Whistle, had to be lifted into the Georgetown Magistrate Court today on a stretcher to face multiple criminal charges. Duncan was shot last week during an alleged scuffle with a policeman after he allegedly robbed a woman in the city. In court today, he was charged with robbery and 2 counts of assaulting a police officer. His alleged accomplice, 26-year-old Wayne Lawrence, also appeared in court to face similar charges. Lawrence denied the allegations. Both men were remanded to jail. The court was told that on the 25th of August, the 2 allegedly robbed Shazida Hussein of $90,000 cash while armed with a gun in the vicinity of Hatfield Street here in Georgetown. The men were reportedly trailed by an off-duty police officer who managed to get back up to the scene, but during an attempt to effect an arrest of Duncan, the 2 got into a scuffle. The police claimed that during that scuffle, the accused attempted to relieve the police officer of his weapon, but he was shot to the leg. The court was also told that on the 14th of July at 2nd Street, Albertown, Duncan robbed another man of a gold chain valued at $98,000. Additionally, on the 15th of April at a national gymnasium, he allegedly discharged a loaded firearm at the public during a football match. Both men will return to court in the new month for the continuation of the case. President David Granger and opposition leader Barrett Jagdeo are set to meet tomorrow for consultations on the appointment of a new police commissioner. The president has already consulted with the Police Service Commission and has also received advice from that commission on the appointment of the police commissioner and deputy commissioners. News source understands that the president has indicated that his preference for top cop is Assistant Police Commissioner Nigel Hoppy. There are reports that he also wants Assistant Commissioner Leslie James, Lyndon Alves, Maxine Graham and Paul Williams to serve as Deputy Police Commissioners. That would mean that current Acting Police Commissioner David Ramnerine and Assistant Commissioner Clifton Hicken would remain in their Assistant Commissioner positions. All of the Assistant Commissioners were previously interviewed by a high-level government team made up of the President, the Minister of State, and the Minister of Public Security. They were also given a general knowledge quiz in Guyana during that interview. Not all of them performed well in the quiz. Although the Constitution demands that the President consults with the opposition leader on the appointment, there is no need for an agreement. Finally this evening, a trade team from the United Kingdom is expected to visit Guyana in January as a way of seeking new and stronger business ties between the 2 countries. Many of those businesses that will be coming are expected to be those that might have an interest in investment in the oil and gas sector and some of the spin-off industries from that sector. British High Commissioner to Guyana Greg Quinn made the announcement recently, as he also announced that there is also a move to set up a United Kingdom and Guyana Chamber of Commerce.
Well, there's a bunch of Brits, there's a trade mission coming in January, and you know, we're looking at the possibility of increasing links between here and the UK, particularly Aberdeen, you know, as the centre of the oil industry in the UK, across both business, cultural and development, you know, because Aberdeen, before the oil was discovered in the UK in the 1970s, was, you know, a backwater town on the east coast of Scotland. You know, the oil allowed it to develop and build up an expertise that I think would be helpful for people to see here.
The High Commissioner said already a number of British companies are involved locally in the oil sector, having been contracted by the ExxonMobil company. Recently, the American Chamber of Business in Guyana was launched. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. Gordon Mosley reporting.